Hello, everybody. It's meteorologist Hutch Johnson. And coming up on this episode of Hutch's Weather, we're going to talk about the highs. How high did we get? We do have the northern lights out there. They're shining brightly, but clouds are blocking the view for many of you, but not all. We'll show you a picture too as well. And in your forecast, we're talking everything from our record highs today to a flat out hard freeze on its way. The details begin right now. But first, a message from my friends at Robert Gibb & Sons. It's that time of year, folks. The temperatures, as you'll see on the planning forecast showing, you'll want that furnace cleaned, checked, and in good running condition. My friends at Robert Gibb & Sons have the qualified technicians to get the job done, get a job done right, and they've been doing it for over 100 years. Give them a call, and please tell them Hutch sent you. Let's take a look at what we have going on across our area. And as you're joining me tonight, go ahead and drop in and let me know where you're watching from. Have you seen the northern lights tonight? And oh, it's been a beautiful day, a real beautiful day, because Hutch got to do some fun stuff that he enjoys. We'll talk about that as well. But let's get right to the details on what you need to know. And that is the fact that, number one, we do have some clouds overhead. So let's take a look at the visible satellite imagery right now, infrared satellite imagery. What you're going to notice is we have some breaks in the clouds. The colors that you see here, the brighter they are, these greens, are colder, higher cloud tops. So those are a little bit thicker and higher clouds making their way through. We have some low, warm clouds across much of the area as this cold front that's causing these clouds in the first place is sweeping in from the northwest. So that's what's going on right now as we take a look. Now, as we zoom in just a little bit closer, because we can. Whoops, that's pretty far in. Let's not go in that far. Let's just go this far. This far looks pretty good to me. Check it out. We got breaks in the clouds right now. It looks like Bemidji up towards Boston. I'm going to tell you what, normally you have to look horizontally to see the northern lights. You don't have to look horizontally tonight. We're going to show you a view from the University of North Dakota's Department of Physics and Astrophysics camera. And you can see it even through the clouds up there. So as we take you in a little closer in Grand Forks, you can see there's a little break in the clouds north of town. And check this out. Unbelievable as we look in on the live feed. I'm going to put the link in there for you so you can get to this live feed yourself a little bit later when the broadcast is done. Just go ahead and take a look. But essentially what you're seeing here, from time to time, some green hues are making their way through. So the auroras are out. If you do snap a shot, Hutch would love to see that, and we'll share a couple more here in the latter portion of our forecast. But let's talk a little bit about our weather today. And number one, we had some hot weather. Here we'll look at high temperatures today. Look at the yellows. That's cooler weather in the oil patch. It was only in the 60s up there near Crosby, 66 degrees as you go up towards Scobie, Planeywood, and then all the way out towards the Wolf Point area, 72 degrees near Culbertson, Montana. Then as we dive into Bismarck, 87. The heat is on in the orange belt here as we were growing oranges. Now, the ENDON group of stations that you're seeing here, North Dakota Agricultural Weather Network. They're great instruments. They're all over the place. 84 is the high they measured in the Fargo area. But right in town, my car's thermometer did the same thing. Did yours? I went from Moorhead, where it was 81 this afternoon, drove right into Fargo, and I'll tell you what, there's something to that heat island effect, right? We have a heat island? You know what? You don't know? What? Well, you don't have to go get your island clothes on or anything like that. A heat island happens when the sun shines down and we have the concrete jungle out there. So asphalt, concrete, roofs. I'll tell you what, that makes a huge difference in temperatures. So notice this, 84 in Grand Forks was the ENDON high temperature measured in that area. 87, a record smashing temperature out at the airport. 86 degrees, tied a record in Fargo today. And the National Weather Service Forecast Office in Grand Forks, North Dakota, they tied a record. You tied a record at Grand Forks, 86 degrees. That outdid Hutch's forecast high temperatures today. I'm sorry, it was a hot one out there. It indeed was very warm. Now let's take a look at a couple of other fun things that we have going on here. Now let's look back at this. Satellite and radar. Now we'll switch this over and look at our current temperatures right now. So here's what we're dealing with. We've got some cold, dry air pushing in, and it's really cooling off substantially up in the northwest part of the state of North Dakota. We have 48 just north of the border there in Estevan, north near Crosby, 52 in Plentywood, Montana. How about 61 wonderful degrees in Garrison? And it looks like the same thing for you folks in Wells County and Harvey. A little cool pool sneaking down into the Devil's Lake Basin. 63 for you, 68 at Grand Grand Forks Airport now, and we have 70 at Hector. 64 Jamestown, Valley City, 66. And look at Lakes Country. It's still 70 degrees out in Thief River Falls, or St. Hilaire, it looks like. No, that's the Thief River Airport south of town there. Crookston, 68 degrees, and Foston has 66. Gorgeous degrees right now. How about Lakes Country? DL, you're at that 68 degree reading right now. Fergus Falls, 63, a little cooler there. So that's the tail of the tape. The air moving in behind these clouds, and there's not a lot of moisture in our, for that, we'll look at our dew point temperatures, and that'll give you a feel for moisture in there and how cool we can make the air tonight if it was calm and clear. Well, it ain't clear. But look at these dew points. They're in the mid 40s is all. That's pretty dry air here over the valley. And as we look out to the west, it's ridiculously dry. Dew points are in the low 30s. That's drier than average for this time of the year. So our drought continues to expand. The dry air continues to expand, but we do have a chance at some rain in the forecast. I'm going to pop over here and keep your page up here so I can keep an eye on questions for you. Are you watching the football game tonight? Hi, Nathan. Good to have you on board tonight. Thanks again, young man, for watching. And Carrie, watching from Gonvic, hi to you as well. All right, now, if you do have a question, let me know. But I know a couple people were asking about these clouds that are in the area, and the fact is it's just going to be hit and miss as we go through the early overnight hours. But I do want to show you, as I'm loading up on the screen here now, a look at the forecast for the clouds and the radar. Now, we'll go ahead and turn off all of these digits on here. Those are temperatures. And let me go ahead and pop those off here real quickly so I can see a little bit more about the details. So pardon my wandering eyes here as I turn these digits off. And let me see here if I can get this out of the way so I can, sorry about that. I have a hard time seeing here. My eyeballs work once in a while when they feel like it. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look at this as this is loading up. This is going to be a 48-hour forecast. We're going to look at the clouds because they're important today. And we're going to look at that radar, and we're going to go out 2 days because we have a big-time weather system heading our way, heading into the weekend ahead. So we're going to load this up, but before it does, we're going to get right to your temperatures for you. So this is going to be loading up, and I'm going to sneak right over here. We're going to look at temperatures. This is today's temperatures for highs. Here's what you can expect by the morning. Out to the west, I'm expecting low temperatures to be well into the 30s. There will be more frost out there. Remember, in parts of the west and central part of North Dakota, they've already had their first freeze, and because of that, well, there's no frost and freeze advisories as a result. So while you'll have 33 degrees in Plentywood, 35 in Williston, 41 in Dickinson, it does get a little bit warmer out into the central part of the Dakotas. Here's a look. We're going to have winds that'll be generally south-southwesterly. We'll have a sprinkle here, a sprinkle there. That's right. There's a sprinkle chance on your Friday, and that's loading up in the hour-by-hour planner here. Just one moment. We'll have 50s down here in the green belt from Bemidji through the Hubbard County area down into Wadena County, even down here in Todd County for you folks in Wadena, Staples, Motley. Heading out towards a 57-degree day out in the Morrison-Benson area. So that's a look at how you start your day. Here's how it wraps up. Look at the north winds really dropping the cool air our way, and Friday will bring big change. The green belt, the 50s along the international border will be there. There'll be some clouds, but our chance of showers will be waning and pushing out of here. It's going to be a sprinkle chance at best. And again, those breezy conditions keeping temperatures. Look at this. This is going to be a huge change, folks. Instead of 86, we're talking 63. What is that? 23 degrees different than today for a high temperature. And up north in Grand Forks, it'll be about the same. It's going to be a big time drop, a slap in the face. But many of us, I don't know about you, are you ready for the cool down out here? Let me know in the comments section below. Now, we'll go ahead and take a peek at that planning forecast here in the hour-by-hour forecast. It is up. It is ready to go. So let me see here. All right, here we go. Let's sneak back over there. Now, what you need to know. Tonight's clouds have hit and miss, but notice crystal clear out in the oil patch. If you're in Williston, if you're in Minot, I want to see your photos of the northern lights because likely you're taking, clear skies moving into that area first. And in Brandon, Manitoba, if you happen to be getting some Canadian northern lights, let us see them. Now, as we go toward the wee hours of the morning, if you happen to be an early riser, there may be a better chance to see these northern lights uninhibited. The numbers are still pretty good as I'm seeing across the area for the northern lights as we go through. So by morning, expect those clouds in the south to be decreasing. There's your shower chance. That's it. Only in the morning and just a few hit and miss spits here and there, mainly in northern parts of Minnesota. I can't rule out a sprinkle drop other places, and all that's going to do is just, cause dust to stick to your windshield. That's it. Now, as you go into your Friday, it looks like those north winds, as we showed you, will take hold. We'll have crystal clear skies. There'll be another chance of the aurora as we go into your Friday. I can show you more on that if you're interested. Let me know in the comments section here on Facebook. But if not, just keep me advised here. Oh, I see I got a comment. Not sure if I've heard it on a live before. At the end of the Facebook videos, a small line says your hair is taken care of by the Blue Eyed Girl Salon. Are they a sponsor? But of course, Michael, yes, they are. So thank you for asking very much. Now, take a look at this. Out to the west, we do have, Williston with a chance of some increasing clouds. It's this next little weather wiggle that'll be moving in from the west on Friday afternoon that will bring us our chance of weather on Saturday. That's when our best chance of rain will be. So Friday night, we have a couple of hit and miss sprinkles and showers, and then it becomes more robust here. Not everybody. This is not widespread. But in a narrow band, we'll see some moderate to heavy, briefly, rain showers as we go into Saturday morning. This is 3 a.m. in case you happen to be out there walking the puppy or the llama, if you happen to have a llama. So that's a look at that. Now, as you take a look elsewhere, woo-wee, check this out. Those showers, they drift through into your morning hours in Lakes Country. We really need the moisture, and we need a lot more than 1/10 or 2/10 of an inch. We could use a good 1 or 2 day soaker. It's just not going to be in the cards. Through your Saturday, there'll be sweeping showers here and there, passing spits of precipitous precipitation, and that is all. But one thing's for sure, it will be cooler. And this model run, the first time I've seen it, looks a little bit more promising. What we have going on here is another kickoff of showers on Saturday, not only with the heating of the day, but as we head towards daybreak, there's another surge of colder air, even colder air pushing through, which will kick off a few more showers. I never count on a lot of shower activity when we have dew points in the 40s, folks. It's just not going to be a heavy rain event here, but we will have some isolated spots that get some much needed precipitation in the forecast. So here is a look at that extended forecast now as we sneak up and take a peek. 83 on your Thursday. That was today's forecast high temperature, and we definitely enjoyed that. Now, as we go into tomorrow and Saturday, 60s will be the rule of thumb, and then dropping way off on Sunday into the 50s. Look at these morning lows. I have 25 on Tuesday. That's a freeze. So we're going from 86 degrees today to 25 degrees on your Tuesday. Now, as we look at this, it does look like more freezing weather on Wednesday. So that's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, a chance of some freezing going on across the area. And that is why it's a good idea for you, keep an eye on what's going on in your area with these lows, because if your temperature's dropping below freezing for too long, you'll want to make sure you're disconnecting your hoses and taking proper precautions. Like, you can do that on hutchesweather.com. Let's go over there real quick. I do want to take a moment and shout out to Evco Petroleum Products. These folks are based in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. They serve a 200-mile radius, and if your operation needs antifreeze, if you need oil products or lubricants, they can get you taken care of. It's that antifreeze time of the year again, and they not only pride themselves on having the great products that you need here. You can link to the website right on hutchesweather.com, but they pride themselves in top-notch service. So they will deliver everything that you need right to your operation. Give them a call today. Keep Evco Petroleum Products in mind. They, too, are a sponsor of Hutch's Weather at hutchesweather.com. On the website, I wanted to point out a couple of fun things here to you, because there's nothing but fun things going on when we're talking about Hutch's Weather. Now, at the bottom of the page, there's a spot for everybody to sign up to be a Hutch's Weather kid. And I got to tell you, today was a fun one indeed, because I had a chance to get out there and have just a little bit of fun as well. And I'll share a picture on Facebook a little bit later. Now, this is where you can log in and upload your photos and videos. And I got to take a minute and share some of the dandies that have come in. So the Northern Lights have been absolutely stunning the last several days, and that's what we're noticing. Look at the color on some of these. This is Gary, Minnesota. Here you go. Look at this, Susan. Thank you so very much for watching. Thank you for taking the time to upload your photos. Gary, outside the front door. Look at the purple in that color. It's just amazing. And it almost looks like an angel with wings right over Gary. After the storms that moved through this summer, I think some angels watching over the area wouldn't be a bad thing, would it? Now take a look at Clearbrook. Gene, thank you very much for sharing this. Look at the vibrant colors here and look like pillars of light shooting straight up into the sky. So if you get a chance, now this was from earlier, this is from 10/7, says Gene. Beautiful shots here. And you know what? It's beautiful if you get a chance to get out and see the colors, like Heidi and Remy here. Look at the colors near Bemidji. Absolutely stunning. Many of these fall colors up in the northern part of Minnesota are reaching past peak. And on hutchesweather.com, I like to keep you informed so you can go to the website to see the latest fall color report from the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources. They'll keep you on top of what's going on there, but I got to tell you, we do have a lot of color taking place across the area. And the best place to see that on hutchesweather.com is right at the top of the page. I make it easy to find. And say thanks, Joe, because Joe helped me put this together. And Joe, he's got those color reports right there from the DNR right at the top. A quick update for you folks who are still around, showing the map. Now, past peak is this dark red color. I'm going to sneak onto the other side because I got to move. I got to move. Here you go. All of the bright red colors, that's peak. So you can see Otter Tail, Becker County, all the way down into Douglas County. It's peak right now in central Minnesota, starting to get past peak across much of the far north. But as you saw from our pictures in the Bemidji area, they are stunning. So keep those pictures coming. Keep those pictures coming because they're fantastic to look at, and you get to share them with all of us here. And I have a couple of ideas to share with you, but we'll do that later with regards to what to do with all these awesome pictures. Would you check this one out? Sherry Barsky here has been uploading pictures to Hutch for a long time. And you have to be a photographer who just waits for things to develop in front of you, happen, and you got to be in the right place at the right time. But sometimes you just got to be prepared with that camera. Look at that stunning Cooley and Grand Forks shot there. Wow, what a shot. Thank you for sharing. So if you have fun this weekend, and you better have fun, get out there, but make sure that you're uploading some photos for us right here on Hutch's Weather. All right, that is a look at what's going on. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Let me take a look here and see if I have any other questions before we wrap this up. Hit and miss clouds in the forecast tonight. Let me pull up some aurora numbers here because those are always fun. If anybody's interested, we'll go ahead and take a look at the latest numbers right here. And I've got another site that I like to go to for that. So first, so that I do not forget, I'm going to put a comment in here if I can find out where I can put that in at. There we go. Okay, so in the comment section, I'm hoping to be pasting the link to the Aurora camera at the University of North Dakota. You can always check it. It's not always live, but when it is, it'll let you know what's going on with that. And I'm not seeing any other questions. Ooh, there we go. I see... thanks for the beautiful day on your birthday. Happy birthday, Lynette. Thank you for watching Hutch's Weather. And yeah, a lot of amazing pictures out there. And somebody there, Amber, says, hi. Good to see you out there, Amber. And very, very appreciative to you for watching. And hey, good to see you, Laurel Fairbanks. So thanks for watching. Are you in Fairbanks? That's in Alaska, right? Saban says hello. Kathleen, good to have you on board. So, all right, let's go ahead and take a look at this aurora report here. I'm loading that up for you while we speak. And that's one of the fun things about Hutch's Weather is I have this opportunity to, in real time, just kind of have a little bit of fun and show you what it is that I like to look at. We are at storm level as far as the numbers go. Look at this. Okay, this is from a fun site called Soft Serve News. And if you want a link to that, I'm going to pop that on there right now for you. And then you can look at this with me in your browser if you have multiple tabs. Otherwise, wait till I finish because what I have to say is very important and we'll go over it together. But then I'll give you hints at what to look for when you want to go out and search for northern lights. So here's the link to the Northern Lights page for you right in the stream there. Hopefully you got it. Let me know if you got it or not. It's really cool. Now, Soft Serve, as we go down, here it is. Let me put it up for you so you can see it. And there it is. Okay. The latest levels in 11 minutes, we're talking about this being at storm level. How does it know the timing? Because there's measurements by satellites of these values above the surface of the Earth. Now, this is the number, one of the numbers that we watch, and that's called the KP number. The higher the number is, above 3, then the better the chances of seeing the northern lights farther south. So there's a chance we'll be hearing about people seeing the northern lights well down to the south, because when we hit 8, that is geomagnetic storm level, baby. And that means that there's going to be not just wimpy auroras with a little faint color, they could be vibrant with a lot of variable colors, a lot of motion. When we hit these higher levels, we tend to see more of viable displays that are awesome. So if you're in the oil patch of Minnesota up near Minot, you're going to get clearing first. And I think there'll be clearing first up by Grand Forks as opposed to here in Fargo. But we do have breaks in the clouds, as you saw on the satellite. Now, I do want to point this out as we take a look at this. Oh my goodness. Okay, these numbers are extraordinarily high. This is on the same page now. I haven't clicked anywhere. I've just scrolled down. You go to this page. This number is called the BZ. Okay, and what it's talking about the orientation of the magnetic field of basically the solar wind. When it's negative, that's good. And these numbers are as high as I've seen for a long time, minus 27, minus 29. So these numbers are very negative, which means the chances of northern lights are great. We can have KP index values of 8, but not get northern lights. And sometimes it's because of the orientation of the magnetic field of the solar wind, if that makes sense. So you can look at these numbers, and if you want to make a note, you grab your pencil right there. Okay, let me take a note. Hutch says when we have a KP index 3 or greater, there's a chance. But when the BZ, yeah, that's easy to remember the BZ. And when it's negative, the farther negative it is, the more gooder chance you're going to have at seeing them northern lights. You can also then click right here where it says 3-day forecast. I like to look at this. How long do we expect this to stay high? We're on the stair step down. So as we go through tonight, you can see the shaded area on the far left. That's where we are right now. And as we head into the 11th of October and we get into your day tomorrow, which is midnight, we'll have high values of KP. This is the forecast KP index. Then it steps down during the day tomorrow, and then tomorrow night it steps down, but it's still above 3. In fact, this level here on the porch, that porch is sitting at 5. So yes, there's another chance tomorrow when the clouds shouldn't be in our area. I hope that answers your questions. I am meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Let me see if I can load up another little bit of fun here while I do this and show you.
Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Brought to you by Robert.
Sorry about that. I tried to get this photo ready for you earlier to show you the kind of fun Hutch was having today. Who wants to guess what Hutch was doing today? Let me see if I could put this up for you. Here you go. Who wants to guess what Hutch was doing today? What is all this? That's right. Weather Kid, baby. It was Weather Kid day today, and we were getting set up, and this is at Luther Family Ford, and my friends over there proudly presenting the Hutch's Weather Kid program. So we're getting rolling with that. Watch for news on that throughout the next coming days. But it's a lot of fun, you know. And we've got the big screen out there, and we do a lot of fun stuff. And it was a fun and fantastic day. I can't wait to share more about this with you. But for now, I am meteorologist Hutch Johnson. You can always get the latest weather update on hutchesweather.com. Hutchesweather.com is where you upload your photos and videos of fun, the harvest, fall colors, or northern lights, or anything else weather in nature, right? Follow me on Facebook. That's Hutch Johnson, Chief Meteorologist. Click that follow button. Do it. I really appreciate it. It helps me out a great deal. And please subscribe on YouTube as well. And I got to say thanks to Hutch's Hair Care, provided by the Blue Eyed Girls Salon in Fargo. All right, that is it for meteorologist Hutch Johnson. I'll check in with you in the morning. Hopefully you get a sprinkle on Friday. If not, I hope a few more of you get a sprinkle on Saturday.